Okay, now it should be working. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. My mic wasn't working, so that was a whole lot of nothing that I was just saying. So anyway, in response to progress report, no thank you, but I appreciate the offer, buddy. Magus Gaming, how's it going, man? Thanks for pointing out that my mic was not on. So this is the enhanced Speed Force Spectrum suit for 2018 that they just gave us for free for Flash Week, and this is beautiful. I just said a whole bunch of stuff about it that you all didn't hear. I don't know if I'm going to go back and try to repeat that, but one of the big things that that I like about it is the fact that on the belt, if you look at the two belts side by side, on the one on the left, that top piece, I've tried to make it look like the lightning bolt that Wally has as a belt. So the way that I did that on this one was because the front part of this belt and the side part have to be the same color. I changed the top color part and I'm using that, so it's a very thin looking kind of lightning bolt. On the newer version, you can see the difference. The biggest part of the belt can be yellow whilst the middle part is still red, and so I do like that. I feel like it makes it look more like a bigger size lightning bolt. Now the thing will be to mess with that top color portion until I can get it to blend better with the shirt that I'll be wearing, so that it looks more like a lightning bolt. But it can be, I feel that it can be done. So I really like this. I'm digging it. Here's the back. But what I thought we'd do today, as far as gameplay on the stream, is go out to Gotham and go do that, what do you call it, scavenger hunt thing for Mara, and see if we can actually get show people a little bit more easier how to find those things, because when you're out there doing it, pretty much all you see in chat is people asking, where one, how can I find it? Well, it's not easy. I'm not going to say that, but there is a little bit of a trick to it, so I'm going to try and show you guys what I can of that. It shouldn't take too long. It was pretty fast for me yesterday. Now, that said, while I'm running my mouth and gabbing, it's probably going to take me forever. There are a couple of them that are kind of tricky to find for me. But let's go back here and talk to Hal Jordan, and then we'll run out and meet Mara and be like, what up? And this is how you get that Aquaman and Mara statue
Mr.
that
Freeze and
everybody's loving right now.
with the Star Sapphires and risking the safety of
I'm
Gotham
skipping
City.
this.
Head there and assist the Star
I'm
Sapphires
skipping it because I don't want to listen to Hal Jordan's mouth. No, Hal Jordan! But I did put a video up earlier today going over all of the cool stuff that's happening with Flash Appreciation Week, so check that out on the channel. Give it a share and a like if you can, please. And tell your friends. It's, awesome. It's awesome. That's all I can say about it. So let us... protect the Star Sapphire. Does this guy not... Oh, maybe I already got it with him. Holy shit, I might have. I do not recall. It is a pain. It definitely is. Wondering why it's not showed up in my thing here like it had. Oh, it is. Okay, Sea of Love. That's the one. Sea of Love. We gotta speak to Mara. We gotta be like, show us the love, baby. Where's my menu? Oh, pfft. Help if I put my... I was taking a picture earlier for the video thing, and I hid my UI. I've hidden myself. Let's go talk to Aquaman's woman. Be like, don't beat me down, Aquaman, or your woman. She's quite tough, Mara. She's the kind of chick you don't mess with. Unless you want to be dead. Or unless you're Wonder Woman. And then whatever. You'll cut her head off. And start a war, like in Flashpoint. speaking of that, I've been trying to kind of catch up on where everything's at in the DC universe with once Convergence happened and the kind of reboot that took place, or soft reboot if you want to call it that. Yeah, it's a freaking mess again. It's a freaking mess again. They had a good idea and then they went and DC'd it up.
Greetings. I am Queen of
Alright, so we have to find all of these. And the thing that was mostly throwing people off, so these do show up on your mini-map. They do not show up on your big map. So if you're, basically what you got to do is just run around inside the colored area until you see one of these white triangles, and then you can get it. The problem is there are a couple other things that show up as white triangles, and when this first came out, I guess there was a glitch. This one wasn't showing up on the map, so nobody could figure out where the crap it was. And they're like, where do you find the 1,000 ships to sail? Actually, someone was telling people in chat that they were in the water, and you had to go out and wait for ships to come by. And I'm sorry if anybody fell for that, because that's dick move. But there it is. It's on the building right behind Mara, which now it does show up on your map. So from there, you've got a couple that are fairly close by. Right over here, if you come over to the train tracks, there's this one.
From our first kiss in Arthur's lighthouse.
Comfort food is ridiculous. It's like nowhere where you would think. These don't really go there. They have absolutely nothing to do with what they are called. So don't think like, hey, a comfort food, that's going to be out at a restaurant or something. Because I went to Big Belly Burger and was like looking all over the place trying to figure out where would that be? You know, it's got to be a restaurant of some kind. But no, they're not like that at all. So the easiest thing that I've found to do, and you have to also watch, because a lot of these knuckleheads you can see are just hanging out here on the map, and once they get one, they'll just kind of hang out around it. Well, what that does is screws everybody else, because you can't see the white spot if there's yellow dots hovering over it. And so she says green. I think that's yellow. That looks yellow to me. She swears it's green. Ask my viewers. I have one right now. Megas, is it green or yellow? He's going to say green because he can see proper colors. Probably. I can't. I'm like Dewey Cox, only without the not being able to smell. I can't see colors very well. I get confused. So here's another one. Oh. See, they're not very visible, like, out in the open. You really just have to watch on the mini-map. I thought about going out here and making an actual map and just
Arthur, on the other hand,
showing everybody every single spot, but then I thought, you know, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work, and that I don't feel like doing. So whatever, everyone can figure it out. But at least this way, it gives you kind of an idea. But for me, to me, the easiest thing to do is just run around the outside edge, because that's where most of them are. And then see, these things show up on it as well. So it's like, you kind of get confused. Oh, Megas says he doesn't know he's blind. I'm sorry, Megas. Now I feel like a huge dick. Let's see. Oh, there we go. I'm thinking you're pulling my leg right now, though, because it'd be hard for you to play this game.
For years,
you couldn't see, but then again, it could be done, I'm sure.
Of physical perfection. They are modern gods, adored, idolized, and even desired by everyone around them. Relationships can be
see, that's another
under normal circumstances without such temptations. Despite both our follies and
thing, so go back to the outside and go around.
No one on land or sea could ever.
Sweets for the sweet, that one always gives me trouble. And
the ocean and the shore, forever connected by a
you can kind of bet if it's up on a building, that's probably what you're looking for. But sometimes, like the and they'll be on the side of the building. It's still down from where I'm at, I guess. There it is.
Any relationship, as long as ours,
There
is
we go.
bound to have trials and tribulations. As Mira always says, an untested love.
But there are a
is
couple of
fragile
things, like
love.
there's
No matter what starry-eyed fibs
a
we tell each
rally
other,
point out here. That'll
both
show up as the same
are false.
thing. Like
We are
these
both
things keep
proud,
showing up.
passionate people. We have hurt each other more than any of our enemies combined.
Because I think the
But it is
first
not
time
the
I did
pain
this, it
or
took me like
tragedies that define our
forever.
love.
I remember
It
it
is
feeling
our
like
willingness to
hours.
repent
And what I,
forgive one
because what I
another
did
keeps
was,
our
I
hearts
did
whole.
this, but then there were a couple that I didn't find. So then what I eventually did was run kind of a pattern to try and hit as much of the area as I could.
Is bound to have trials and tribulations.
The last two of these are kind of
Arthur
sketchy.
and I are no
far
strangers
as
to this. But it is
I'm not
not
exactly
our
sure where they, I don't
mistakes
exactly
that
remember where they
define
are,
us.
so we'll run
We
around
have
until
weathered
we find them.
storms and rode waves miles high.
I think this is not
and have
it.
come
I
through
don't think it is
stronger
anyway.
for this.
No, that's what I was just looking
Never
at. I'm going
forget,
to zoom my camera out a little bit so you can see it better.
Is a fragile
Sorry,
one.
I'm giving everybody... we'll go back this way. And it's not a very great range that you've got here as far as how far you can see on each side either. I'm missing all kinds of collections and briefings and everything else out here. Apparently I have not gotten with this tune. Apparently, like this one. This always screws me up because that's the factory floor. And then there's something else over here too that also shows up. It's like, what? And I kept running back to it every time. I think it was the rally point. I just kept running back over to the rally point being like, what the shit? Why do I keep circling back to this one? For some reason, I really thought that there was going to be one of these things there. And then there just wasn't. Plus, this is a little bit easier when you're flying, I think. Just because you can kind of fly over more stuff faster, as opposed to running up and down buildings and whatever. Oh, only partly, well, still. That makes things hard, I'm sure. I'm only partly dumb, so, you know, it works out. I'm actually more than partly dumb, but I just claim the partly. It sounds better. People are like, oh, you're partly dumb. Well, I don't know. I'm just yammering now. And these things always get me too. They, I don't even know what that is. I mean, I know what it is, I just don't know what it's called. The camera thingy. That's what I would call it. Yeah, well, this is exactly what I thought would happen. Man, yesterday I breezed right through it. Nope, another one of those jagged, or another one of those camera thingies.
This is the police.
Oh. There's a lot of yellow down here. This is where I thought it would be. These are neat. I don't know if you guys have realized this or not, but the Big Belly Burger menus are awesome. Can't really tell what's on it, but it's cool that they just went as far as to even put that there. There's only cops down here. Kind of would scare me about this neighborhood. Like, where you want to go eat? Let's go to the Big Belly Burger with the blown up cop car in front of it. Sounds delicious. You get your crack while you're down there too. Big crack burger. Not the kind you're thinking. Ah. See, there's a white thing here somewhere, and somebody's standing in front of it right now. Pretty sure. Nope. Huh. Pretty sure I saw one there. Yoink. Sweets for the sweet. I guess. Alright. So we've done the roundabout. I wanted to say there was one right up here. It looks like that may be the case. Whoa, right up the stairs. There it is.
I can remember the first time Arthur offered
Now,
me dry
the
land.
one in the middle there is not. This is the rally point. So that's why I kept coming back to the rally point, and I was like, man, I just feel like there's going to be one over here. And then it ended up being on over on this side.
I've become more than vocal about my fondness for
I think
banana
that brings us
splits.
right back down to where we started.
You've got to help.
Does it? No, never mind. So I'm going to guess this Mara Warrior Princess one is right here. Boom. Oh, no, it's not. This was a different one. So let's go down this way. It's probably a place where we went by, but there was people blocking it.
Get away.
Like... I think there was only the one on the tracks. We'll just run real fast. Hurt. Yep. And then once we get this last one, I'm gonna go switch to Rock Bar so I can do the seasonal, because I got to get on that. I did. I've got to get everything with mine and Lida's tunes now, of course. This place is confusing too, because see, there's a lot of yellow down there, and a lot of it is green. Whatever Lida says. Lida says it's green. I'm calling it yellow. That looks like yellow to me. I'm sorry. That is flat out Mountain Dew yellow. Now you're gonna tell me Mountain Dew's green, aren't you? Whatever. It's a conspiracy. Everyone's wrong but me. What? I'm right. It's a curse. Sometimes it's a blessing, sometimes it's a curse. In this case, it's a curse because my wife disagrees with me. In every other case, it's a blessing. There's people hovering about up here for some reason. Of course, I think I already got it. Hurt. This, I'm pretty sure, is not it. But maybe it is. Nope. Damn yous. don't remember any of them really being on the backside. They could. I could be wrong about that too. I tend to not really look. There it is. I tend to not really look at where I'm going because I'm watching the map so much. Just really looking at the mini map. So here it is. It's on this what appears to be a, I don't know, a huge water tower maybe. Let's look at our map. Right there. So that is that, and my golly, I'm glad that is not a daily. Because what a pain in the butt that was. But it's, and I don't know that it's worth it. It's what we get out of it is super cool. So I guess it's worth it. It's really cool too that they're letting us get this with all of our tunes. I haven't checked the marketplace to see yet if it's just flooded with these because people are just doing it on all their tunes and then selling a bunch of them. But they are beautiful. And these are just the wall versions, and I've seen pictures DCUO has posted of a big version too. So I'm wondering if that's going to be another gift that they're going to give us for Valentine's Day. That would be pretty cool if it is. Even if it's not, it's pretty cool, but it just makes me wonder what is in store for us. So now Wally's got one. Let's go back to Wally's base, and I'll put it up. We're going to West Technologies. The tech is still my favorite base. Oh yeah, it's a wall. Item. And there it is. In all of its glory. It's very cool. Get in there so... Oh wow, the detail's phenomenal. Wow, that really is. Let's go see it without the freaking arrow in front of us. Oh yeah, that is awesome. I love it. So let's switch and go beat down some ladies, shall we? Always make it's always fun to be like, hey, let's go beat some girls down. It's the feminist movement is on the rise. We got to put them back in their place. The Star Sapphires. Oh, God. No, we don't. But at any rate, it's fun. I feel pretty bad about it, really. But what are you going to do? Can't have a bunch of crazy chicks running around trying to kill everybody. I do, and like when we go into the inside portion, the queuable version, I really do like it when I get to be on the villain side and fight the Star Sapphires as opposed to fighting Mr. Freeze. Because Mr. Freeze, I hate getting frozen over and over and over again. It's really annoying. I don't know if you feel like I do, but I feel like it's annoying as hell. No. East End. I keep have people telling me that they can't play the game anymore because they were on PS3 and thinking about all the money that they've put into the game over the years and now just have absolutely nothing to show for it unless they go buy a PS4. It's shitty, man. I feel bad for them. I mean, I understand from the game's perspective why it has to be done, but I wish there would have been some kind of a better way to do it than just being like, you're dropped. You know, be it like, I don't even know what could be done, you know, something. Because if you, especially like, did they just drop all the legendary memberships Is that what happened? So if you were on PS3 and you had a legendary membership, they just dropped you? Like, they're like, we don't care about money anymore or something? Or what happened? I don't know. I haven't heard anyone... I haven't talked to anybody who had a legendary membership on PS3 tell me. Lida's continues because we can play hers on my PS4. If it wasn't, we would cancel it. But if all we had was PS3, and think about the sheer number of people out there that probably only have a PS3, and you know, even if you're just dropping like 50 or 100, which is a really low number for the people that play this game, I'm betting there's a good I don't know. I would guess there's a good 500 or 600 people out there still playing PS3s. That's a lot of subs to just lose and then complain about not making money. So I'm hoping that there's some kind of contingency there for both parties, I guess. They're not really doing much of anything to help the players, but the game, I would think, would suffer from that unless I'm just missing something on their end that maybe it's been cost more money to keep up with the PS3 stuff than it... What the hell? Did I already do this? Maybe I did. Did I already do the inside part? If it loads, I will know. I did, somehow. I must have done it late last night. Alright, well, let's switch tunes again, because I know there's one I've got to do it on. That's weird. I did not remember doing it. Then again, a lot of things happen that I don't remember. But yeah, I'll bet that was a rude awakening for someone who didn't hear anything about it. And all of a sudden they're just like, what the... I can't log in. And I didn't really think that it was going to be that way. I thought when they said they just weren't going to service it anymore, I kind of thought that meant like trouble stuff, you know, like tech support or whatever. They weren't going to support it, as what they said, and I kind of thought that might just mean the tech support. Like, you could still play the game, but if you had any problems like downloading or something screws up in the game or whatever, you'd just be shit out of luck. But I don't think that's the case. I think you just can't play it on PS3 anymore. Gotta do this with Superboy too. So my goal again with this is to do to keep my 3 on each side going. So and I may have to do more because we've got to do 100 hearts to get the aura, which we have to get to get a feat, and then we need 50 of them to get something else. I'm not sure what it is. That we need to also get a feat. So basically we need 150 total, and that 100 will only get you one-star feat. The 50 is still going towards the rest of a collection, so you have to get the base item that costs 50, plus you've also got to get the rest of the base items in that set, which I don't know what they cost. So we're probably looking somewhere around 175 to 180 hearts just to get the 2 feats that come out of this year. And that's a huge guess on my part because I'm not really doing the math in my head, but so that means, to me, that means I'm going to have to bust my ass because you get 3 for the outside. I'm not sure what we get for the inside here. And outside of that, I mean, that's, even if you do get 6 a day or something like that, that's still, you're still going to be humping it to get this done in time. Because it's there's only 28 days in this month. I'm not sure if it's gonna stop at the end of the month, but I'm assuming that it is, because after that we've just got the 1 month until the Superman celebration starts. So that happens in April. This will be over at the end of February. Then we just have the one month in between. There is so much happening in this game right now. It's hard to keep up with. Honestly, gone are the days where I could keep up with everything that was happening in this game. I'm falling behind in the regular DLC because of all the special stuff that's been coming out to do. So I haven't got my gear or anything like that. I haven't got many of the feats from the new content. and then we'll have more new content here before too long. So, and I'm not complaining about that. That's cool. It was fun trying to, do the whole keeping up with the Joneses thing a couple years ago, where, new content would come out and it'd be like, who can get it done quickest, and that kind of thing. It was fun to basically get something done and then be done with it for quite a long time until the next new content came out. It was a good feeling of accomplishment, but at the same time, it wasn't good as far as making me want to continue to play the game regularly, even though I did. For other people that kind of are more into the gameplay than the styles, they were kind of upset because it was like, once I complete this task, I got nothing else to go to. And so now they're pushing out so much stuff so fast, it's kind of like it's almost impossible to be a front runner and kind of be out in front of the storm as far as content and stuff. It's really, really not something that you can really, unless it's your full-time job and that kind of a thing, it'd be hard to do, I would assume. But I'd give it a go. I'd give it a good old-fashioned try. If anybody would want to pay me to play DCUO for a living, I am down. Shadow, what's up, man? Finally caught a stream. Well, it's not your fault, bro. It's because I finally streamed. I haven't streamed for flippin' ever, except for the last one, which was day before yesterday. But day before yesterday was the first stream I'd done in a couple of weeks.
Amanda Waller here.
I got, I don't know what happened to me, to be honest with you. I got lazy and also was just, I don't know.
You're going to regret ever.
What was I doing? What the hell was I doing for the past couple? Oh yeah, that's right. I went to Texas. Sorry, I went on a business trip and then I got sick. That's what it was. Yeah, I went on a business trip to Texas. I was in San Antonio visiting our home office for the company that I work for about 4 days, and then when I came home, I immediately got sick. Got Lida sick. Got Bodie sick. Me and Bodie are over it now. She's still fighting it. But it was nasty. It was a nasty cold. I'm glad it wasn't the flu or anything, like the bird flu or something. And I had come back from Texas, and we all know what happened in Texas a few years ago. So my first thought was, oh my God, I've got Ebola. I'm going to die. I told Lida, if I start bleeding out of my eyes, just shoot me. Get it over with. I didn't tell her that, but I thought about it. But I knew she would shoot me. And if I did bleed out my eyes for some other reason, maybe it wouldn't even be blood. It would be like a tear, and she'd be like, BAM! You told me to. But no, it wasn't Ebola, so we can all be thankful that that's still not happening. I just died. But it was scary. It wasn't scary. I did fly out of Dallas. I flew to Minneapolis, I think. Was it Minneapolis? I'm not sure. No, it was not Minneapolis. That would be stupid. It was St. Louis. I flew to St. Louis from Columbus Airport, and then I from there went directly to San Antonio. San Antonio is a beautiful town. If anyone is interested in traveling and you're looking for a place to go where you don't have to spend a lot of money to have fun, San Antonio is the bomb. You would think that if things are expensive out there, they're really not. Like, for the price that you would pay to go to McDonald's back here and eat, you can go to a really kick-ass barbecue restaurant and get a plate full of delicious barbecue meat of every kind for about the same price. I mean, it's really not different, only you're eating better. So I highly suggest that town, and if you do go, check out the Riverwalk. I went to the Riverwalk. It was fucking awesome. I drank at a British pub. For some reason, they have those there. We went to the Alamo, which was super cool. I yelled out the window. I was like, "John Wayne died for you, you bastards!" And then I got arrested. No, I didn't. I did not do that. And I wanted to, though. That's the thing. I had every intention of being a total jerk, and like, just because that's kind of what I do. Not a jerk, but typically in public, I humiliate myself and those around me. And so that was my plan when we drove by. and I was with my boss, and I told him that was my plan. But when actually I saw the Alamo, because I've never seen it in real, in real life before, I was so just awestruck at the history that I was looking at that I just didn't.
Where they'll be safe.
I just didn't. I was just like, wow. I just kind of lost myself in the moment. It was really cool. San Antonio is a town where the part we were in anyway, there's not a lot of crime. It's a very clean city. I highly suggest it. Casper says, sorry, I'm going to have to look up this video when you're done live streaming. My phone is about to die. Oh, sorry, Casper. That's cool though, buddy. I appreciate you checking in. I love the new scoreboard, guys. I haven't talked about it at all, really. I dig the shit out of it. For those of you who don't know, all right, Shadow. Well, I'll wait till I get out of here. I asked Megas and we have no idea. Either one of us has eye problems, and I just don't see colors very well. And so I'm gonna see, Shadow, if you can settle this dispute. And you know what, Lyda? I will believe what Shadow says, because that is the clause in my statement. The clause in my statement that I am always right is unless Shadow says I'm not, and then it's different because I trust this dude's opinion. Anyway, so yeah, you can see it shows most boss damage done at the top rather than just showing most damage done, and it shows you all the cool stats on the side. I dig that it shows who did the most healing. Apparently I did the most healing. I'm not a healer. How in the fuck did that happen? Oh, I'll bet because I put my drop down, my supply drop. Most power given and most teammates rallied. Aqua Lady rallied the most teammates. Thank you. And that was me she rallied, so definitely thank you. And then you can switch over to the leaderboard, which it looks, at this point, just because I have it set up like this, it looks like the traditional leaderboard where it always puts the damage done on top. But that is not the case. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Shadow says the top 4 stats are in low contrast, so it can be hard to see. Now, just wait. It's not about that. It's about the mini-map. Anyway, because it was a long conversation earlier. But anyway, it looks like the traditional scorecard, but that's because if you highlight any one of these fields, you can sort by those numbers, and I think it's just by greatest to smallest, but like you can do it by name if you want, which I think mine, no, that doesn't make any sense because Aqua Lady should be first. Oh no, sort by, there we go. Okay, so you can sort by name if you want to. You can sort by damage done. You can put the least damage on top or the most damage on top. You can do the same thing with boss damage. You can do the same thing with healing done, power given, damage received, which I think is cool that they show that now. So even if I was the biggest damage doer, if I'm receiving the most damage and I'm taking the most healing, I still suck. Like, don't fool yourself, people. If you're doing the most damage, but you're using the most power, taking the most damage, and receiving the most healing, you still suck at this game. No, actually, you're good at doing the damage. You're just not real good at everything else. Don't worry, because I was in that boat for quite a while. I only focused on the damage until I learned how to, try to do other things too. But yeah, this is cool. And then it shows deaths. And look, I died once, and Sergeant Gunkowski died once. So that's another thing too. If I'm doing the most damage, but I've got the most deaths, guess what I'm not doing? Following my tank. So I think this is sweet. I think this is really cool. I'm glad they did it. At first it was kind of like confusing, but then once I figured it out how I could sort it and that kind of stuff, I am digging it. So anyway, when we look at our mini-map, Shadow, and we see other players on the mini-map, like other real players, I see a yellow dot right there. This dot in front of me, in front of my toon right now on the mini map, to me looks yellow. It might look like pea yellow, but it looks like yellow. Lyda swears that it's green, but I tell her she's wrong, and she believes me because she's a female. That's not true. She does not believe anything that I say. She just laughed from the other room. But yeah, that's what I see. I see yellow. So Correct me if I'm wrong. If Shadow corrects me, I will forever say green. And that will also make Lyda mad because she'll be like, you believe him and not me. And I'll be like, yeah. It's fucking green! Shadow says it's green. Damn it. It is green. Lyda wants me to tell you this argument has actually been going on inside our house for like 5 years. So you just set the record straight. And I believe you. Because I have a problem seeing things. So when I was young, same green as ally names. Ally names? Oh, okay. Looks yellow to me too. Like the letters on my chat box over here where it says Aqua Lady left the group. That looks like yellow to me. I had a friend once that used to like to screw with me when I was in junior high, I think it was. My parents are big into Western stuff, like horses and whatnot. So my mom would always occasionally force me to wear cowboy boots or something like that along those lines to school. And I wore a pair of boots one time that I swear was tan. But because he knew that I couldn't see colors very well, he said they were pink. And he got all of our friends to go along with it. So all day long at work or at school, everyone's coming up to me and be like, "Oh, I like your pink boots." And I'm like, "God damn it, they're tan." And so I went home at the end of the day and I was like, "I'm never wearing these boots again." And my mom's like, "Why?" "'Cause they're pink." She's like, "They are not pink, they're tan." So yeah, I got fucked with. But I used to get fucked with a lot over the color thing because I guess I was an easy target with it. But so that's why I started adopting the attitude, I'm right and you're wrong. I don't care. You must see it wrong. Is the only your eyes are wrong from mine. Except Shadow, so I guess I am wrong. You've never heard me say that before. Yeah, you have. And you'll probably hear me say it again several times. But I don't know. But anyway, so that's what's up right now in DC Universe Online. I'm going to go ahead and scat. Bodhi's getting ready to fall asleep, and I am tired and ready to end the day. So this will be up on YouTube in about an hour. Thank you, Shadow Dragon, Casper. Thank you, Magus, for joining me in the chat. And also my boy Progress Report, who was trying to sell me PSN cards or buy them from me. Thank you all. I appreciate you guys for joining the stream, and I will be back on Saturday for more DCUO live on VAR Nation for Lyda and Bodhi. This is Rock VAR saying play on.